Hi guys, happy Sunday. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Havila School of Marriage by Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Crysantus and Nzometia. It's such an honor for us to have you here with us today. This is your first time. You're so welcome. Grab a seat and enjoy this amazing video. In Havila School of Marriage, we talk about singles, we talk about courtship, we talk about marriage and the family. Sweetheart, what are we talking about today?
Wow, thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, always beautiful as usual.
Thank you.
Today is another great day, and we are so elated to have this great couple with us, a glorious couple, Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Star.
Thank you,
sir. Welcome once more.
Thank you.
And welcome to Havila School of Marriage YouTube channel. You know, they have a testimony on this channel, and we encourage you to watch that testimony.
That's right.
Today they are going to continue sharing their testimony. Yeah, you know, we started a series on the power of agreement, and later on we're inspired to talk about the different areas which couples disagree, so as to help you and to help ourselves the more. Yeah, and so today we are examining an area where couples disagree a lot, and they don't even know about it. Many couples, because we have noticed that few couples go for counseling, few couples go for marriage counseling, and so we are here talking about some of the things that you have to come meet us to learn details about, or you meet your marriage coaches if you have them, or you study yourself on them. So we are going to look at the area of temperaments. How to resolve the disagreements that come by temperaments. And so what are temperaments? Temperaments are these inborn traits. They are personality types that God sends you with. It's different from what we shared last time about disagreements due to inborn differences. A temperament type is a trait that you are born with. And a man and a woman can manifest the same traits, character traits, if they have the same temperament. This is different from a woman's build-up and a man's build-up. So these temperaments, there are 4 types of them. You have those that are concerned with extroverts, those who are outdoor, and introverts, those who are indoor, those who like stay in the house in one place, and so on and so forth. And each individual will manifest 2 temperament types. One is primary and the other is secondary. That said, we encourage you to study on this, because if we have to talk about it in full, we will take not less than 2 hours for this video. But so we will just introduce and share our examples so that you can focus on this, you can study about this, you can discover your partner and solve the problems that have been recurrent in your marriage. Because we know many of the challenges you have been having is because of your temperament types. Because they are your traits, they are your character traits, you cannot change them. You cannot remove them from your system. They are there. You can only improve on some of them, but others will remain. They will remain. So what are they? The extrovert types, you have we'll begin with the sanguine or the influential personality type, and then you have the choleric or the dominant. These are the outdoor temperaments. And then for the introverts, you have the conscientious or the melancholic. And then you have the phlegmatic or the steady. So there are 2. And we told you each person will manifest what? A primary and a secondary. And again, each temperament type comes with its strengths and its weaknesses. So there is no need envying somebody or desiring a particular character trait in somebody, or envying a couple. Maybe that couple just understood their temperaments and they are flowing well together. The only thing to do is to discover yourself, your own temperament, your strengths and your weaknesses, and then discover your partner, his or her strengths and weaknesses, and then together you see how to blend together. So we are going to mention our cases and give a few examples to encourage you to discover yours. For example, I am a mixed individual. I am an extrovert and an introvert mix. Extroverted, I am a choleric. That is the primary temperament, a dominant personality. And secondarily, I am a melancholic, which is an introvert.
That's nice.
And then my sweetheart,
I'm a pure introvert. Primarily, I'm melancholic, and secondarily phlegmatic.
Wow. So she's a pure introvert. Dr. Dan?
I am totally an extrovert. Primarily, I'm a choleric, and secondarily, a sanguine.
Yes, Dr. Nair.
Thank you, Daddy. I am a mixed personality just like you, but I'm primarily an extrovert, I'm an influencer, and then secondarily, I'm a phlegmatic.
Wow. So you see, we have all discovered our temperaments. And this discovery came in courtship. In courtship, when I started with my wife, we had a lot of misunderstandings at the beginning until we met our counselor. And that day, he hit hard on the particular areas we're having challenges.
Right.
And then he gave us a book to go and study more. And the moment we studied that, problems reduced by at least 80%. Problem reduced by at least we were having frequent misunderstandings. Oh, you have not treated me like this, you have not understood me, you have not this. The moment with this, for example, a choleric like me, how do we behave? We are pioneers, we are very visionary people, and people hardly make errors. So we can plan something and execute without informing anybody or needing anybody's help. And so in marriage, we will tend to do things without telling our partners.
That's right.
And when they are offended that we are ignoring them or not bringing them into the picture, we'll start getting worried or thinking that, hey babe, I'm doing this for your own good. Why are you worried? Forgetting that in marriage, two are better than one. Sometimes you think that you are so perfect in that decision until you find an error later on. Or you get stressed up, and then you feel lonely, like some of the cholerics that work alone. At the end, they suffer from loneliness, stress, hypertension, and so on, because they like walking alone. Now, in marriage, you work together so that your partner can become an encouragement to you. Your partner can help you lighten the load, and so on. Since we are also workaholics, we think that we cannot get tired. So I've learned to always discuss every project with her. We have learned to plan together.
Oh, yes.
And then to execute together. That's how I've solved this problem. So we'll give you room to say one.
Okay, as a melancholic, one of the weaknesses that melancholics have, which I manifested at the beginning, as I said, is the inability to readily forgive. Melancholics pile up things. They may say that I've forgiven you, but I'm not forgiving you at all. I just put it in one box somewhere, and everything that you do just adds up to the box. Bitterness is increasing, anger is increasing, revenge is building up. They're planning a revenge plan. And then now one day, when the box is full and you have reached the threshold, you'll just vomit a bomb on you.
Wow.
It can be your words. For men, they can be physical on their spouses. Women mostly will just throw very hurtful words to compensate for all the hurts that you have been doing.
I had my dose at the beginning. And then imagine a choleric like me. People like to pick a fight. And then your wife throws a bomb like that because you have been hurting your wife. And then you just jump back on your wife, bounce back on her, and you start beating and doing all those things, or manifesting anger, because cholerics are very quick-tempered people.
Yes.
So I've also learned to tame my anger.
Yes.
To tame my anger. And so because of that, we flow very well together. Problems have been reduced to almost zero. In fact, to zero, if I can even put it like this.
That's right.
Not that because they don't come. There are reasons why we should misunderstand daily, because the person that's close to you is the one that will hurt you the most.
That's right.
And like I said, because of the temperament types, they have their strengths, but they also have many weaknesses that you need to discover and work on them. For example, neglecting your partner, thinking that you can achieve it all alone, getting angered easily. Our anger is acute, for them is chronic. The anger builds up, us comes right there, and we take action right there. So we have learned to work on this, and we perfectly blend. We work very closely together, and we are friends. Now I'll take this great couple and I'll also say something.
In the same line that Chris has a dominant, dominant are perfectionists, and they do not tolerate errors. They don't understand why you should make errors. So indeed, in the beginning, the courtship was a challenge with my beautiful wife. However, I made improvement. I learned to listen what my wife says. and I learned to correct her politely and in love, and propose new plans on how it should be done. And since then, it has been so amazing with my beautiful wife.
This is interesting. Cholerics, we are very authoritative. Very authoritative. We don't tolerate error. Since we don't believe that somebody can make a mistake. You see, so sometimes somebody makes a mistake, you stress on it so much. While melancholics are reminding you about what you did to them, cholerics are reminding you about the error you made in the project they gave you to execute. So we have learned to know that humans can make mistakes. And so I've learned to know my wife can make a mistake. As he has learned to know his wife can make a mistake, he has learned to be patient with his wife and to softly correct her, because we have a strong tone.
That's right.
Sometimes we just tell people, oh, I'll just tell my wife, go and carry me what, bring me water to drink. Oh, serve my food.
Please.
And then she kept on reminding me and cautioning that, please, can you just add please to it? And now I've learned to use that for many people. And instructing people now is even when you have to give an instruction, you need to be polite. So we learn that as cholerics. I've learned that, and it's paying off greatly in my marriage and my relationships with people. Yes, Dr. Mira.
Thank you, Daddy. One of the character traits that I manifested as an influencer is that I was irrational, quick to take decisions that sometimes I don't think about what I'm going to say, or the decision I'm about to take, I don't think about it. I can quickly promise somebody that I'll do this for you without consulting my husband or without even thinking about it. And I even forget that I promised someone, and I'll not discuss that with my husband. But the Holy Spirit has been working on me, and I've learned to be submissive. I've learned to talk about everything with my husband. I've also learned to receive corrections from him. Sometimes an idea I have or something I'm promising someone is not the right thing or not the right way to go about it. And he'll tell me it should be rather this way than the other. And by getting his advice, it has become really easy for us to communicate, and for me to take a promise, I think about it and we discuss as a couple. So it has decreased, but it has eliminated troubles, quarrels, headaches in our marriage.
Wow. You see, these are your character traits. You were born with them. So it is imperative to know them. It is imperative to do a study about them and master them, so that you can relate well together. Because of these 4 temperament types, there are those that are relational and those that are action oriented. For example, a sanguine like her is very friendly. She does not have problem making friendship, so she can easily be friendship with her husband. And him being a sanguine, a secondary temperament, can easily build friendship with his wife, so they easily blend together as friends. But for me, a choleric and a melancholic, I'm action oriented, so we hardly make friends. And we don't discuss much, so our partners can get frustrated. Imagine my wife, women speak like 20,000 words per day, and somebody like me who does not want to talk. If I don't learn to sit and discuss with her, I can leave her frustrated and feeling ignored and abandoned. You see, so now for you, these melancholics are action oriented. But since she's action-oriented, melancholy, and also a phlegmatic relational, it's easy for her to build friendship with me. So I'm the one who has a problem in this video when it comes to making friendships. But I've learned to do that, and my wife has become my best friend. We can go on and say so many things, but I'd like to end here. I will give you room to study on this. Study on the temperaments. Each one has his strengths and the weaknesses. You allow the Holy Spirit to help you with your weaknesses, and your partner will stand with you to overcome the weaknesses. And then together you promote each other's strength, so that you end up having a great couple and a great marriage, a glorious marriage, and together live a transgenerational legacy.
Thank you so much for watching this amazing video. We look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to leave a comment, and of course subscribe if you've not done so. And don't forget to share it to those amazing people around you, so they can be blessed by the things that you've also been blessed by. Looking forward to seeing you next week by God's grace. God bless you.